No. So you say, yes, it is failing. Why do you say so?
Well, if you look at what Bishop Cook has said, he says it's a work in progress. Let me follow my brother when he said about 1999. If you look at where we are today, it's like they started in 1999, laid the foundation. Some people came and took it to a decking, and some people were trying to raise it to first floor, and some people came and knocked everything down. That's the situation where we are now. Everything has been knocked down. Nothing works. And I'm somebody who can say this exemplarily. I became a governor through the court when President Obasanjo and Atiku were in government. I did not pay the court 1 naira. I was sitting in my house in the office, and the court declared me winner. When a governor is hosting them, it can't happen in Nigeria today. When I was being impeached, the president sent people to come and intervene on my behalf. Ken Namani came begging House people not to impeach me. Today, the president impeaches the person. So that is the thing. So it's collapsed. So it's failed. They were begging my house not to impeach me. And they were PDP. I was in Abga. And they were begging. President was calling me and said, Peter, are you okay? Even when I was impeached, President Obasanjo called me and said, are you okay? Are you safe? When I go back from the court, when court eventually declared me under Andioba, President Yaradua called my phone in London and said, congrats. I said, President, I can't come back because, if I come back, these people, he said, tell me the flight in which you're coming back. And I told him, when I came, it's the first time military people came to receive me at the airport. I couldn't believe it and took me straight to him. Now the president will ask me not to come back here again. So it failed. Let's talk about how we are going to rebuild it. It's collapsing.
Okay. Most times when I listen to Mr. Peter Obi, I see the passion the man has for Nigeria. Most people mostly misinterpret that passion as desperation. People usually call it the man is desperate, desperate to be president and all that. But carefully observing his statements, I see that this man has passion, for Nigeria. This man really wants to change Nigeria as a country. This man really wants to, to serve the country. Most people will say, okay, he was a governor for 8 years. He was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years. What did he do? When you really look at it carefully, doesn't mean that most times it doesn't mean that the person did not work here, not mean that the person will not work in the other place. So human beings do change. And most people will say, okay, he was in anger, he was later, he was in PDP. PDP are the people that destroyed the country, and APC, it's just a kind of an interchanging party and all that. So most times people do, I can be in a bad situation. It doesn't mean that I will remain in that situation forever. You get? So I can be in a particular place and I see that my vision, my view is not aligning with this, with this place I am or with these people. What will I do? I have to change from that particular place. Look for a place that is suitable for my own vision. That I think that is what Peter Obi is trying to do. And people, one thing about Nigeria is that Nigeria judge people based on the situation or the past of the person. Nigeria judge people based on their past. Nigeria don't really believe that there's what they call repentance. Peter Obi might just be, when he was in PDP, PDP is a party. Let me not use the word was. PDP is a party. Okay, being that PDP is a party, Obi was there. Mr. Peter Obi was there. It doesn't mean that he was in PDP. It doesn't mean that the people in PDP, everybody are bad. Some of them are good. So, despite that PDP destroyed Nigeria and APC, it doesn't mean that being that Peter Obi was in PDP, doesn't mean that he cannot be a better person. Okay? It's not everybody in PDP that are bad. Most of the people in PDP, some of them are good. Even despite that APC is destroying Nigeria today, most people in APC, some of them are also good. That is how it works. So even the disciples of Jesus Christ, one was Judas. So there must be, some of them must be good also. That is how life works. So picture B, it means well for Nigeria. If due to how I've observed him, I've read his statement, I've listened to him and observed his moves and everything about him, I really see that this man has passion to change Nigeria. If we can really rise up in 2027 and make this man the president of Nigeria, I believe that Nigeria will be a better place. If not that better, but it will be conducive for you and I to what? To live. Thank you.